And we are off. Welcome to the Deep in the Woods podcast, episode 19.
Whoa.
We just finished up week 8 at Riverbends Park. It was a little overgrown.
Little buggy?
Little
maybe?
buggy. Lots of spotters. But overall, it was a great night. Go ahead.
There should have been lots of spotters. There was for a couple groups. There
Shoot.
wasn't for others.
There's a lot of people out there looking, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I left 2 out there, which means I called it. So,
That's a tough call.
yeah. I'm like, you know what? I threw it that bad. I don't deserve to have it. So,
That's fair. I
Cool.
found one, so
was it a vulture
no.
or a 6 times Zeus?
It looked a lot like he lied. No.
No.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah.
That
So
hurts.
we'll touch on the leaderboard real quick. What happened? Who kind of shined tonight? It looks like Greg and Ian kind of battled it out with Aaron and Billy.
Pretty sure the D pool shined tonight.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Aaron, can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, yep. It was kind of interesting tonight, too. We tried something a little bit different. Like we said, we always are looking to make small tweaks. Traditionally, we usually have like 3 or 4 guys tops that are in the A pool and D pool that pair up. And we've just had a lot of top Bs that have just been overperforming, both in casual rounds as players, tournament rounds as players, and then in our league and doubles. So we bumped a bunch of guys up tonight. We actually ended up with 6 A players and 6 D players. So a couple C guys played D tonight, a couple B guys played A tonight. And it seemed pretty balanced. Actually, Ian and myself both got guys that traditionally play D in Greg and Billy, who's brand new. But a lot of birdies. Ian and Greg were 9, and then Billy and I were 8, and there was a couple people right behind us. But
And they took a bogey.
yeah. And it wasn't even on the extra island hole. 23 is a tough hole. I think that's when they bogeyed. That's a tough hole to go.
Yep.
I was looking on the scoreboard. When you tilt it sideways and you can see everybody's score. We went neg 8 bogey free, and then Tony and Benny went neg 3 bogey free, but every other card had at least 1 bogey. So Riverbends has some tough spots out there.
For sure. Yeah. Sean, why don't you tell us a little bit about your rounds?
It's a great card. Great people. Not a good round. We played with Tony and Benny. And then I had Will. Will is probably, I would say, one of the best partners to have because he's so consistent. Just right down the middle every time. And, there's a couple ones he bailed me out on the drive, but we both just could not hit putts. It was rough. I mean, I think we hit one 15-footer, and that was probably the longest putt we hit all day.
I think a big storyline were the shorts. So, like, if your partner could perform on the shorts, you had a good chance of converting.
It wasn't like Palmer Park shorts where there's
No, but
Yeah.
there was
There's
a-
4
there's-
tonight,
yeah.
but they're all 4 were fairly
it's
considerable.
significant. Yeah.
15, it's not a giant difference, but the
Yeah,
other
but-
3, it's
But on 15, not that you don't take the water out, but it's way less of a water carry compared to the long.
15.
Which
It's kind of
can be-
weird though, the way the tee pad butts right up against side by side with the weeds.
Yeah, I
you
wouldn't like
can't
that.
throw. You still have to throw over towards the water, and
That's true.
I would almost prefer
Going longs.
the long to the
Sure.
short. Yeah.
So 25, Will had the short, and he made it up the hill. We had a clean putt, probably 20, 25, and just couldn't hit it. Couldn't hit nothing.
That would have been a good one to get.
That'd have
Yeah,
been a great
you
one.
mentioned Will being like the perfect partner type, especially Riverbends, where there's all those tunnels, all those first availables.
Yeah.
And dude just lets go at 12 o'clock.
Yep.
He doesn't miss his line.
Well, actually, so what hole was it? It would have been hole 19. We were waiting for a little while, and we were at the longs, and I throw, awful shot, and then he threw, because we didn't even think about the shorts, and just pure as a beautiful shot.
He threw from the
He
longs.
threw from the longs, and we're like, oh, you got to play from the shorts. He's like, yeah, I'll do that, and it wasn't a good shot.
Like his long shot was better.
Yeah, we ended up using his second shot, but I'm like, dang it. So,
Yeah, I on that same hole was at 25. My dad pured from the shorts, but hit the gate.
Yeah.
Hit the gate.
Yeah.
It never
so
fails.
disappointing.
Hit the top pole, so it was
It's like
going.
a 3-inch pipe, but it's
perfect.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of discs.
So that was
It's painful.
frustrating, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Riverbends, like you said, it was grown in, man. And then you just added a lot of difficulties tonight. Not everybody has my superpower of no mosquitoes. I just saw people like, just swatting
On
that
the
stuff,
tee, just
waving,
trying
and,
to
like, and then trying to putt and do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And then the humidity. I mean, shirts are just hanging on you, you
Yeah.
know, and sometimes that's even a weird feeling as well as just being annoying.
And the course was full, so
Grown in.
a lot of guys were.
I don't even know if you
waiting.
guys know this,
or-
but I spent 45 minutes with a pair of pruners today. I pruned about 6 holes today.
Seriously?
I went out there 45 minutes early and pruned the branches that were like, if you're trying to throw right here and the branches here,
Sure.
I was cutting those away. So that was, imagine if we didn't do
So that helped 1% of the entire course.
I guess,
No, thank
I guess so, right? Yeah, no, it was one of those things where I said, nobody's going to notice I did this, but if I didn't do it, people would notice. So we played it, some of us casual on Saturday, and I noticed, like, man, there's some good shots that are just getting whacked.
Sure.
So,
Yep,
but it was a
100%.
good night, tough night, tough course, but
Yeah, and we managed to kind of live and coexist with the other league, which was good.
Yep.
It was a full course.
Kind of. We had a situation.
Oh shoot.
We had
Did you?
Yeah, we did.
Was Justin on your card?
No, I wish. We may have needed him. But no, we were on 20. Is 23 the goofy one, the tough one in the far back?
many trees, yeah.
Yeah, so we're trying to find our disc, and I'd say Benny and Tony talk a little louder, but they're like, "Oh, you're right here," and we get from the other hole, "We're live over here."
Like,
And-
just they were too
and
noisy.
we look at each other like, "Okay,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
okay."
Very
Yeah,
cool.
there were a lot of people on the course tonight. I think tonight, was that the longest wait you've had all year?
100%.
in a league night?
Yeah, the card in front of us was waiting a ton. We were a slow card. We're playing slow just because we knew we were going to wait.
Yeah.
But yeah,
My last 7 holes, we watched the group in front of us tee off from right behind them.
we teed off of 10, but 10 I felt was a big
We're
bottleneck.
walking from 27 to 10. And
Yeah, I felt like a lot.
Well,
of
and
cards
with
went out
that,
there.
we walked to start on 10, and we had a group of casuals.
were they rounding 9 to 10?
They were just teeing off as we were walking up to it. Trouble is, we didn't see their drive, and casuals should obviously play the course, unless it's on a Tuesday night when we're playing, because
Yeah.
they were looking and didn't quite make it to the opening, and they're looking,
Oof.
and then they're looking again, and then
And you're predicting a 3.5 hour round at that
and,
point.
and then the other group from the other league walks up past 9, is behind us, and then they're chirping, not at us, just at the situation.
And then the group of ours walks up from 27 to 10, and so we got
Correct.
3 cards standing
Just-
up there waiting for this group.
Right.
And
So
haven't teed off yet. And
It's awful
around.
when a sport gets popular.
yeah, I don't have time for that. So we originally like, holy smokes, but they only played through 18,
Yeah.
which was good
Yep.
because then it sped up. But then we also ran into Christian and Nicholas and their team because
Helped them look a couple times. which
Yeah,
is good.
their spotting
There
skills.
was a lot of us
was
looking
not
for
very-
other people's discs, too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So,
they needed to work on that.
It's all right. You
You
live in
they're,
there.
they're young.
some bonus points went out tonight. Justin hit a big putt, so him and Andrew ended up with a point for that. And CTP, Christian took down another one.
He took that early too.
Yeah.
He was.
yeah,
the-
it was like a
he laid out the
16
flag,
inches away.
and he threw. He was the first card to go off.
Oh,
really
he,
nice
yeah,
shot.
because that's true. He carried it out.
Yeah.
So
Great shot.
Andrew Raz won 2 weeks in a row, and then now Christian has just won 2 weeks in a row.
And Nick Shimatero hit longest putt.
2 weeks
2
in a row
weeks in a
too.
row.
Yeah. So then hole 11. Nate, you want to talk a little bit about hole 11 tonight?
Yeah, it was a special night. Other than poor performance of the rest of the course, but hole 11, we stood. It was our second hole of the.
That was
course.
early then.
Early.
Yeah.
So I was anticipating a better round than what actually happened. But teed up, felt like I laced it well, and it just kind of glided through the air. It drifted right, and then kind of just settled into the chains. And
Soft boy. Hey.
oh my goodness, it was beautiful. I called it. I don't know, good ways. Midway through the
Punt,
flight,
yeah.
felt like.
It's
And I said, "That's in the bucket," and then it just went in. And then we were all
Spoke
like,
it into existence. I like
we
it.
slapped hands. It was awesome.
I heard Tim East's woo, but it's weird though because you don't know if that's just a big putt or a good
Right.
drive.
Normally, it says that sounded like his big part hit putt.
Yeah.
But I would expect a louder one. I think we were on hole 17 or 18. I heard him.
Okay,
Our
so-
vocal cords weren't quite warmed up.
Yeah,
we
that's
just got
true,
going.
that's true.
Super early.
He wasn't
Super
ready.
early.
He wasn't
Yeah,
warmed up
super
yet.
early.
But good ace, Nate.
What'd you
Took
use?
some
What'd
money.
you throw?
My uplink, pink uplink. So
What is that?
it's
question.
it's
MVP, right?
So I have my Buzz and my Uplink that I typically throw a lot. My Buzz has a stronger fade to it than my Uplink, and so I threw that because it just kind of does one of
Okay.
these at the end, and that's why I really want to add that hole.
Yeah, you want to keep that right down the middle. So
Yep.
that's awesome.
So
198 bones went out to Mr. Nate East today.
Two aces.
Emptying, yeah,
in a
back-to-back
row.
weeks emptying the full ace pool. And last week the birdie fund got emptied. So
Yep.
started
And the
to build them up last couple weeks.
Yeah, it feels like the money's been moving out quick recently. So
Yep.
we had a drought there for a while. So cool.
Well, I got a couple questions for you guys. We don't have a guest tonight, and so as you guys, I would call you
Should we
regulars,
touch on the
long timers.
skins match first?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's
so,
do that.
Super exciting thing coming up in a couple weeks. Skins match, getting together. I want to build momentum for it. We got, I don't know, a couple more weeks till it.
2 more weeks. Yep.
The
then-
following week is week 11.
Week
Yeah.
11. Firefighters. If you haven't got out there, a lot of the money's on the line. So, might do you some good to get out there and get some reps in.
Mhm.
Lots of money to be had. It sounds like we're living around the $5 entry fee
Yep.
and then $5 per hole.
That's our goal is each skin to be worth $5 for every group.
Yep, and you got to make it to at least 3 league nights to be eligible. You can then if you make it to less than 5, you gotta buy those. So if you've only been to 3, you gotta buy into those 2.
Sounds a little bit exclusive, but it's kind of one of those things where our league money has been going towards it. So we want to pay out the
Sure.
people who have been
Yeah.
paying into it, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Essentially, it is our ace race, and those
Yes.
of us who have been hanging out, playing weekly basis, we want us to be there.
And we looked at the points, and we looked at who's played, and we felt like we were comfortable with 3, knowing who's all played and who
Yep.
hasn't.
So it's not just a guy who showed
Yep.
up one time or even twice, but you need to be a returner,
Yep.
part of the league.
So can
100%.
David come?
I think he got enough early to where
Yeah.
he can buy his way in.
What about Coop?
I
ghost
don't
of
think so.
Coop.
You're going deep now, man. You're going,
know.
He's
people
probably
we
got
have not
golf
seen
league.
in ages.
Yeah,
know.
I miss Coop.
Yep.
Missing being around.
So we think that's going to be a fun format. We're going to go. We're going to use the ranking system, and how it'll work is, let's say you've got player 1 through player 8. Those guys are going to be competing against each other. They're going to draw
Okay.
for who is in their foursome. So it could be any 4 random players ranked 1 through 8 will create one foursome, and the other 4 will create another foursome. And then it will be player 9 through player 16. Same thing. There'll still be a little bit of that random factor of who you're going to get, you know.
And then I think we settled on handing out a envelope to each card
Yep.
full of
So you're going to look at the money at the beginning of the round, right? And then
So-
you're going to have to
And then divvy
fight
it out
for
as
it.
the round goes. So
Yep.
Okay.
That'll be fun.
yep, I'm excited. And we'll obviously do food like we touched on before.
Yep.
And so
Whether we're grilling out or bringing something, we'll have something there to hang out. I think the round will go fairly fast. Firefighters is a shorter course.
Sure.
And
then
should
do you
be a
want
blast.
people to pay entry fee via Venmo, or do you want cash this time?
You
around?
know, we can go either way with it, but I would probably say once we get to week 11, I'm going to throw out some reminders. I'd love cash because
Yep.
we'd want to be able to pay out that cash that night.
Yep.
I'll probably have, $105 bills extra, but we would love cash.
And when is that date? I know you said it's a couple weeks out.
So tonight we played July 25th. That means our last 2 weeks of league are August 1 and August 8, and that puts
15?
that the
So
15th
15. Cool.
would be
Yep.
skins match.
August
Jeff.
15th.
Mark it down on your calendar. Make sure you
Right,
get there.
right.
Do it.
Jeff was asking where
Well,
we're
he
playing.
wanted to know
wants
where.
to know where the
I
ball
hope his
games-
kickball injury is cleared up by then.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Did he actually get
injured?
injured by kickball? Playing
Well,
kickball?
not by the ball, but yes, in a game of
Oh
kickball.
wow. Okay.
So
Birdie.
he's playing hot corner, third base,
Yeah, it was hot corner.
and someone ripped one down the line, and he tried to make a quick step, and looked like he jacked up his hip flexor, and because his leg gave out because the ground was a little bit soft.
Sure.
We don't have spikes on. You know, we're for real, but we're not for real.
Is this
for
a real story?
I'm 100% serious.
Okay.
We were there.
When did
Okay.
this? I don't remember seeing that. I was there.
You might have been tending to bloody noses.
You might have
that's
kicked
right.
it. You might have been the one rounding second base.
No. I didn't go to third. I went to short.
So it's a legit injury
Okay.
from some adult kickball, which was fun.
It was
All
fun.
right, that's respectable.
That's funny.
You guys play? You guys got underground kickball league going on?
Well, I mean, I don't want to talk big about myself, but I'm undefeated.
I'm 1-1.
okay.
Not too bad.
Get it next time.
Okay.
Yep. Cool. Sorry, I interrupted you before, so go ahead with.
Oh,
the,
yeah.
Sorry.
Yep. And so, wanting to get some opinions from you guys, just some general questions out there. These are sometimes the questions that people from league ask me.
Sure.
You guys hear me say this all the time, that I don't want to be the only decision maker.
Sure.
Trying to throw things out there to people. So, first one right here, islands. Give me your opinion on islands. We have them probably 50% of the time, some sort of stipulation on how you play the course. What's your opinion on islands? Tonight, we had a different kind of an island.
Yeah.
It was in 2.
Was it
I
hole
looked at
20?
the stats, hole 24.
24?
It's like 480 feet. And you had to be in this island that was about a 30 to 35-foot diameter. And it looks like, based on the scores, about 75% of the teams made the island. And that was my goal.
3 doubles and 2 bogeys.
Okay.
Assuming they all missed the island.
Mm-hmm.
16 teams.
So 5 out of 16, yeah, it's about 65, 70%. That
Okay.
was my original goal. I mean, Sean, remember I said
Yeah.
that when I said, let's make the island to where like 2/3, 75% of the people make it. Sometimes we do a short little hole
Sure.
that we believe every player can drive, at least to the front of the island. So we try to put it within everybody's range.
Some pressure.
An accuracy, reward, or punishment. What do you guys think of those? Are they irrelevant, unnecessary? Like, I hate to do something just because.
So I'm jumping in.
Do it.
I think it's fun in that it mixes up the same course because we've all played these courses. I'm sorry, a lot of us have played these courses over and over and over again. So having something a little bit extra is not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think having something on a difficult course, River Bends, especially at this time of year, tends to be way more overgrown, way more difficult. Could we have done without it? Absolutely. The hole 17 at Stony Blues, when we did the really small bullseye island,
13.
13,
Yep.
whatever it was, that was fantastic because you're right. It's a 160 footer. We should all be able to get there. I choked, right? But it adds a little bit extra to it. So I don't know. I think they're
Yeah,
good.
we had an island at Emmanuel. We had one at Stony.
We always
Veterans.
have one at
Maybe even
Spindler.
Spindler.
that's built
Spindler
in.
has islands already, but sometimes we've even islanded 5.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sean, Nate,
I-
what do you think? What do you think of islands?
I like it because I look at our league as a beginner friendly.
Sure.
I mean, you have a partner to back you up. So if you're in the D or C pool, you might have to lean heavier, on that B or A pool player. But if you want to start playing tournaments, those are things that it's going to be there.
Yeah.
And it's not like on an 18-hole course we have 4 or 5 islands. We're talking one. So
Yep.
it's not something that's absolutely going to wreck your round. It adds a little pressure, and I think it's good. Yeah, as long as it's not too crazy. Nothing like
That silly bullseye hole.
Northwood Black or something where,
Or who made the hole today? Who made the bullseye today?
Oh, hang on. Hang on. Just give me a second.
All right.
So I'll give you my take on it.
Okay.
I don't hear anyone complain about Island. I think the overarching kind of testament is you either love the island or you're just like, it's an island. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And so
But do you think I hit the island, so I love the island,
right.
or I missed it? It's
So-
like, man.
I was under the tree
well,
today. or right
I wanted to
next
say
the tree.
that story. Sorry, hang on. I want to give you your time, so I want to do you some justice. The one thing I would put is the one we played is very unique and kind of separated from the rest of the islands. So I
Because you had to
loved
be
it.
there in 2, you mean?
I love the experience. It's also a longer hole than I would, I guess, anticipate a 2-stroke island. It's kind of a weird one because if you want to do 2 strokes, you have to make it long. But ultimately, that one was, I could see how people could get really hung up on their tee, and then it no longer be about making an island. It's about getting
Just get into the hole.
down the fairway.
Yeah.
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 But yeah,
That one was a different look today, obviously, than the 130 to 180 foot
Sure.
throwing darts shots. you
for
know?
me, who's above average distance guy in our league, I liked it because I didn't take me much to really punch through that gap in. But I know I could see where there'd be an issue for guys.
It definitely put pressure on people because you had to deliver 2 good shots
Yeah.
to make it happen.
And then
Or 1 amazing shot. I played with Nick and Dylan. They both hit. If a righty backhander, you usually throw off to the right.
Sure.
That fade in. They hit first available tree, and Nick threw this amazing shot, 325 feet, lefty over on the junk. Thought it was going to be in the bushes. Walked up, it was 5 feet from the basket. So,
my goodness.
and they took 3 on the hole.
Wait, they were partners again?
yes,
Bunch
team
of cheaters.
lefty.
Bunch
Is
of
that
cheaters.
3 times?
They
this year?
draw.
Those
It's like
cards-
a magnet, lefty to lefty.
Those cards are weighted. I'm calling it right now.
Right.
They're
right.
picking. They put little marks on them, little marks
Yeah.
on the corners of them.
So Hawks had something special happen to him today
Yeah.
on that hole. I would love for you to go into detail on what
Absolutely.
happened.
Sure. I throw my drive, get a little bit flippy on it, hit some trees, but I'm up by the basket from on whatever the hole
Whatever the
because I
hole
saw
is, yeah.
we
That's
we
where I
crossed
was.
where
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys, yeah.
What's a flick in?
Yeah, it's a nice easy zone OS. I throw a great shot. I'm fine with it. Steve throws first. He clips high, so we're not sure, but it scooted up. Fortunately, we were in from his. I threw mine. It was a great shot. I would take that shot every time. We walk up. I'm by the tree along the line, 6 feet. I'm out of bounds.
off the tree.
No, it wasn't even to the tree. It was just a little short of the tree, just right next to the basket, but out of bounds.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good par. You made the putt.
It hurt a little bit. We made Steve's from where Steve was
Did
in
he
the
land
circle.
in?
Oh, he
What's
was
that?
He got in.
Steve was
Okay.
in, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you
okay,
just
okay.
had a good partner to bail you out. All right, that's good.
Well, all right.
But that's good though. The partner. See, like islands.
Listen,
with
Hawks is a
partner.
little salty. That
Island 5 feet away.
You mean the island? I told you. I said even in the players' meeting, I said the basket is not in the middle with the tree. And just to be fair, I feel like you. Just to be fair,
That's the right
I
do.
trimmed low branches on that tree, so there was a little kneeler out of there.
But it was out of bounds.
The tree.
Yeah, so.
I was right next to the tree. I
Why'd
was
you
out
throw
of
at the
bounds.
tree? Why don't you throw at the basket?
It's a nuke OS, or it's a buzz. It's a zone OS, so it just goes there.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You know how that works.
Right. You
knows?
can't throw it
A
over
little,
the other
little
side.
more
I guess.
Annie on it next time. You'll be fine.
Yeah,
I
Sean
just need to
knows
throw a
that
little bit
shot.
wider and let
Yeah,
it
yeah.
flow.
All right. So islands, it sounds like, as long as they don't get overused,
Yeah, as long as we don't go over the.
go
over-
ham on the
And
islands. If we keep-
making a hard course even more difficult doesn't make sense to me because we are still a beginner-friendly league.
Mhm.
If it's just a bunch of
I'd-
easier holes like Star or Wagner, it makes sense to put 1, 2, maybe 3 islands. That's right, I said it. That would be
What?
okay. That would be okay.
So,
Okay.
Next week is island every hole.
yeah.
Hey, listen,
We're gonna play at Bry's.
Yeah.
I need
3,
5,000
4,
flags.
maybe even 5, 6,
That's cool.
7. I don't even know.
Actually, that
That would
might
be
be,
pretty fun.
kind of a fun night.
Yeah, well,
All islands, all
Absolutely.
the time.
no brakes,
interesting.
all gas,
That's
all
right.
within 30 feet.
No breaks. No breaks.
and it's everything is hazard. So people are just taking strokes.
That
All
would,
right.
that would be sweet.
Yeah,
So
it would.
next question for you.
Why
There's
haven't we
some
done that?
It'd be fun, I think. I think
All
it'd be
right,
fun.
carry on.
I think there's some excitement and anticipation building for skins. Future leagues, could something like this come into play more often? One of the things that we've bragged on in our league is we work really hard to make it be that any player on any week could win, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're an A, B, C, or D, everybody's got that fair shot to be the champ of the week based on our tiered system of players. And in the skins, I think we've done our homework and kind of thought about what's a way to still have some randomness to who you're playing against,
Sure.
but still fairness. What do you guys think about the possibility of making skins be a monthly occurrence in our league?
So how does that work with points?
Well, when we've done weeks where we've had triples or quadruples, we adjust the points per team you beat, right?
Sure.
So in this one, I don't know. We'd have to do some sort of big multiple. So if you're only in a foursome, how many of those 3 guys do you beat? Hawks, what are you thinking number-wise? Would it be like 4 points per person? So it would kind of be a little bit more of the all or nothing points.
So are you looking at amount of skins you win? So you're not just
Or
competing
players
against,
you beat.
Well, right. So like if me and Nate and I are in the same pool and you guys are in the same pool, Nate gets 7, you get 5, whatever. So Nate is still competing against you.
We could do it that way. I was thinking about only the players in your foursome,
Only the
but it could
players.
be skins 1
Yeah.
against the whole league.
It's the whole league.
So if Greg Hessen wins 8
Right.
skins, in his grouping and I win 7, yeah, he's beating me on the night.
Right.
I think the pushback would become we could determine this whether we do double skins or single skins. I know there's always been a little bit of pushback to singles play,
Yes, resistance to that.
and so I think maybe we give it even comments. I know we don't have that solidified. I think we kind of roll with the punches as we go, but I think this skins night that we're doing recently, in a couple of weeks is going to tell us a lot,
Sure.
and we'll get a kind of good feedback from them.
Yeah.
So looking at this, there only would have been one skin handed out.
Look at
If
what?
at the leaderboard right now from the league that night that we just had.
Oh, you're talking about, you mean you only win a skin if you beat everybody in the
Yeah,
whole league?
That's not what you were
No,
saying.
we were talking about still from within your group.
What skin?
Well, now you got me though, Hawks. What hole was only
Yes.
birdied by one team?
Yeah, I
It
want
was-
to
it
know.
was- it
You
wasn't a
guys can
birdie.
guess it.
It was an eagle.
Oh, yeah.
Technically.
Don't forget, an ace beat everybody on hole 11.
Oh, shoot.
So he
yeah.
won the
Oh,
ace spot
so there's
and
two.
every skin.
You're right. There was. I'm sorry.
The
there
only
would've-
way you win a skin
My bad.
is if you ace.
So there, I did not take that into account. There would have been 2.
What's the other one?
What's the hole that you would think no one?
Oh, 23.
Oh, you got it.
23.
No, 2 groups got it.
Oh,
Who else got
Roz
20.
and his teammate got it.
No way.
26?
16?
No, a lot of
12.
groups got 16. Somebody deuced 12? What?
Nicholas and
Of course.
Garrett did.
Wait. Oh, Nick. Okay, no. I'm like,
I
no way
watched
left
I
him.
watched Nicholas C.
No, Garrett.
pipe
Yeah.
the small gap with a lefty
on the
flip
left?
to flat. Yeah.
I got a video of
Yeah,
Benny
he
saying.
only had
I have
12
a video
feet
of Benny
left.
saying, I'm going to try to hit that. And no.
Last time we were at Riverbends, I played with Nicholas. He piped that gap and had a putt.
I would
I
say
think
he
I'll
probably
So,
did.
It's a good possibility he did
does
that
it, yeah.
again.
so no, Hawks, I was not saying you have to beat the whole league to win a
That's
skin.
I needed to
That would be
understand
crazy.
more better.
So yeah, so you
Yeah,
whether
that'd
we
be
were doing
nuts.
skins singles or skins
Wild.
doubles, it would be from within your group.
So maybe something we can do is once we have the skins match, everyone will play, and then we just throw a poll out
Yeah.
if we
Yep.
did that.
Yeah, and I think and we'll tease it in a little bit, but I think we'll have other opportunities to try out skins in the future too, just to try out whatnot.
yeah, I'd like to see how it works
Yeah.
on the 15th to really
Mhm.
say yes, let's try. Because in the past we've tried singles rounds.
Right.
In the past we tried to do handicaps, and while I think they're very good intention and we need to grow off of it, I think for where our league is or was at the time, that didn't necessarily work. Could it work in 2024? A singles round once a month?
It's 2024, guys. Come on.
You know what? We could think about it. Anyway, that's why I'm not opposed
No,
to
skid.
trying
Skid.
skins.
Yeah, well, like
I don't know
said,
what it would look like.
We don't want to become afraid to try new things, right? Like that's a dangerous place to be in any organization when you're afraid to try new things and not be afraid to fail, right? Like, oh, well, we tried it, didn't work. It's
Right.
okay. Gonna move on.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, last question. Our league has a lot of different goals. One of them is just to grow the sport of disc golf.
Sure.
The other one is we want to meet new people, and then we want to get better. So I want to go back to the middle one, meeting new people. I feel like over the last 6 months, 12 months, we have met some really cool people, of people that have been invited in. What's it going to take for us to continue to grow that way? So I want to hear from you guys. Like, I know there's the short answer of invite people. Like, absolutely, that's the baseline answer. But like, how can we encourage people in our league to be bringing people? I've had the pleasure of playing with Billy the last 2 weeks, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Nick said he invited him 3 times. He finally showed up and he caught the bug,
Right.
and he's loving it. And just a buddy. So how's this gonna work? How are we gonna? And I, I'm not trying to say we're just playing a numbers game here, but like we've been drawing in the 30s every week, right? Like, how do we get to 40 and 50? Not just to get to those numbers, but to get new people playing disc golf. What are we going to do to make that happen?
So I think and I'm going to call it a product, the overall product of what our league is, and understand the product consists of all of us. You got, everyone who's part of the league. You guys understand the culture that we're trying to create and be different. and be excited about you playing well and you playing well, and the fact that Nate hit an ace. Sure, we're gonna be like, oh, okay, fine, but we're all actually excited that
Right.
that
Or
Or at
happened.
least pretending to be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, but
Took my money.
exactly, but then we've got a Discord that people post, and we're talking that we want to do casual invites to everybody. I'm going to go throw. Let's go throw. There's instructional stuff where I'm not very good at that, but Ian and Buff Nate and even Will are like, hey, you guys should take a look at this. You guys should take a look at this. And he's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. People constantly try. So that's what I mean by product that we've created, the culture we've created. And it is as simple as just inviting them, because once they do show up, I think they're in. Example, Alex, my buddy from work, he came once. I've invited him 5, 6, 7 times. All right, fine. I'm going to come out. And he texted me today, oh, dude, I totally forgot. I got to go to the Tigers game. Like, whoa.
But you tell it was on his brain. He wanted it back in.
Right. You have fun at the Tigers game, dude.
Mhm.
But he's bummed. Michael Thomas wasn't here today. Family vacation.
Wait.
Whoa,
Wait, what happened?
Mike
Mike
Thomas wasn't here?
He wasn't there?
Is this the first time ever?
Did I say that out loud?
In
Oh, my goodness.
4 years. Can we just take a moment and appreciate that? I feel like almost we need to have a little moment of silence. It was just different tonight,
Okay.
Michael.
Are we sure he wasn't there?
Positive.
I felt like I was being heckled the entire time.
That's usually what it's like to have Mike around. Mike, we hope you're having fun on vacation. We
Yeah.
missed you tonight.
So, sorry. To get back to, apologize. My bad, Mike.
Okay.
Okay. I think it is as simple as inviting somebody, just because of all the work that we have done prior to, the past 4 years of being different in terms of the Monday night firefighters league that Motor City Chain Gang does. Probably fantastic. Haven't been there in forever. Went once 3 years ago. It was a good time. Super crowded. They all do payouts right there, and I don't want to show up as at the time, amateur 4. I'm just going to go get my butt handed to me. Same thing 4 or 5 years ago. I would go to Bobus with Aaron. I'm showing up. Boy, I hope I get on someone who's good, because I can't contribute. And our league is like, yeah, absolutely. Gregory Hessen gets first place today with Ian. Nice
Yep.
job,
Yep.
right? Steve, I was with Steven Ciara Martero. I don't know if you guys know, he's very eloquent with his speech, in
Yeah.
particular when he types. Very eloquent. You guys will love it.
Very
I'm
fast,
sure he'll be
too.
commenting on this.
Yeah, his comments are
His
just
comments, yeah.
they're perfect.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's almost
So
automated.
good, it's
so
almost
good.
like inhuman.
Yeah, I don't know where it comes from. So my point is, I think the culture that we've created is such that all we need to do is get somebody to come. And it is as simple as you said, just come and hang out, because all the hard work, the foundation's been laid. Come hang out, because we want people to hang out. We want Wade to bring his buddy Jared,
Right.
because I want to talk to him. He spells Jared with an I.
What's up with that?
That's weird, but I want to know why.
Even
know?
still, we want him here.
I'm curious about that.
We accept all names, Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, except Michael.
So I've tried to be very intentional with newer people that I don't know. I'm kind of an introvert when I meet new people. I don't, I'm not a super extrovert, but I think if we can be intentional with the newer people, we have the Wades inviting, new people, because they feel like it's a great group. I think both the twins, they've come and I don't know specifically if they brought people, but they have truly, been a great guys at our league. And I think, if we can be intentional, because, we've known each other forever for the most part. And a lot of the people that we know are either here or they might never play. Right. And that's okay. But if we continue to make it a very open environment to where we get brand new people, well, then that's a whole new set of people that they know that maybe play or they will invite.
Yeah.
And I think that's, I think we've done a good job at that. I mean, I know Andrew Rumps, right? He invited Chris. I've had him on the card, great guy a couple times, and I love playing with him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's just being intentional so that it's an atmosphere that, people want to attend. So,
Yeah, my thing is as long as we keep the culture going and the community is super strong, people will want to bring up their friends around us, or just around our community, around the Discord. they'll see like, hey, I'm a part of this cool community, disc golf community.
Mhm.
You know, as long as we keep it a good culture and good community, I think guys will naturally just want to bring their friends to come. So I think
Good.
it's as simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, I want to encourage everybody, anybody listening to this, anybody in our league, keep that going. I mean, at the risk of making it sound like a pyramid scheme of like, you know, just, we want more people involved. But we really do feel like we have a good product. And I think that disc golf will sell itself. But even more so, you guys mentioned that we have Discord going for, you know, you get to talk to other people about disc golf, about life, about what, you know, whatever's going on with you. Our commitment to, if you invite somebody, we will guarantee that they're in your foursome.
Yeah.
You know, because if you show up to somewhere and you're the only person, you only know one person, the person who invited you, we're going to make sure they get on your scorecard with you in your foursome. And you guys talked a couple times about culture. That is huge in our league. The fact that we encourage each other. I'm not there to win your money. You know, that we track points, that like we kind of keep track long term. There's some kind of neat features about our league. As well as just the fact that it's a bunch of good guys. There's a couple teenagers in our league, so we always, you know, kind of keep it clean. Like everybody can kind of expect those types of things of everybody's going to be pretty chill about how they play, even though they're working hard to do that. So, well, those are all good because we want new guys playing disc golf. Absolutely. And our league, I think, is a good place to do that.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, 100%.
Sure.
Is that conclude
Yeah,
the
that-
interview section?
Yeah, that was it. I know we normally have a guest that we interview, but tonight, just as three regulars and longtime league members, I wanted to get you guys' opinions on a few things and how we're rolling.
Well, I gotta jump in real fast.
Do it.
His last name is Everett with an I, not Jared with an I. That's my mistake, Jared.
I'm glad we cleared that up.
I felt in my heart
Yeah.
that I needed to.
You need to be able to sleep at night.
I-
Real time
just-
fact check. I like
I
this.
double checked.
Live
I was
action.
like, darn it!
Did you even say his name right, too?
Jared.
Like, yeah,
Is it
okay, I meant
Everett?
last name.
You know what? At this point, had to
All
say
right.
Dolna.
Thanks for watching. No, just kidding.
What do we got next?
If
on
he
the
says
docket?
last name right, we're done.
Well, so
peaked.
and we've had consistent in the 30s, like we're talking about, but then that's still missing guys that I would still
Sure.
consider.
A lot of regulars.
Mike.
Michael, Troy
Mike.
Stockard.
Oh, yeah, Troy.
You could even call David Watkins.
Yeah.
I understand he's missing a few, 3-4 weeks in a row,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but call him.
What's he got? Like a pickleball tournament? Is that why he can't come?
Something.
Playing jacks, I think, you know.
Oh yeah, jarts.
I haven't
He
played that
picked
in
up
a
a
while.
Jarts lead.
Some
But yeah, we still had a good showing tonight, but I mean, it's funny, you know, now it's middle of July or whatever, everybody's traveling, right?
Sure.
I mean, some week in April, we had 44 players. You know, nobody's going anywhere in April, or as long as it wasn't Easter weekend, everybody's
Yeah.
in town, right?
And everyone
So-
was trying to get out of the house because we just got a winter, you know?
That's true. So in the middle of the summer, sometimes our attendance even dips a little bit, but yeah, keep inviting people, and it's been fun to see new faces this summer, for sure.
Yeah. Next up.
I'm gonna throw one more thing.
Yep,
in there.
yep.
Sorry,
No,
there's always one
you're
more
good.
thing.
One more.
I will also say this might step on toes, but there's also something about what we do, and believe it or not, you got people praying for you. Whether you believe it or not, we're praying for you.
Yep.
So that's also different about us that I like.
Yep.
I appreciate
100%.
that. There's
Caring about the people, not just their
100%.
that's right.
frisbee throws.
Yeah, mostly
Yeah.
and taking their money.
Well,
Oh wait, no, we don't. Do
I
that.
think just the ace and
Just
pretty
Nate.
fun. Just me. Just me.
Nobody likes Nate.
right now.
Yeah, right now. Next week we
Next
like it.
week I'll be good. So yeah,
That's all I
move
got.
into our next segment. I think everyone knows what's coming. Go ahead, Ox.
Oh man, we got some new rankings to handle.
You got some
Business.
trivia questions for us tonight?
Oh, I got some
Two
really good
Hawks?
trivia. Are we ready?
I'm
Do it.
excited.
I'm ready.
Mr. Sean is going to represent the guest team,
The people.
All right.
the people, as it were. Guest is actually in second place.
Okay. How many questions?
I got 4 questions.
Okay.
The 5th question would be, you know what, that's too demeaning. So we'll just do 4 questions. Something about a leader
hold
who
back.
can't
Way
quite
to hold
crack the power rankings.
Weird.
Okay. Question number 1 for you superstars. We're going to start with Mr. Aaron, go to Mr. Nate, Mr. Sean.
Do it.
This is an over-under question. You guys
Okay.
know how over-under works.
Yep.
For the people, I'm going to give a question and a specific number, and they have to guess simply over or under based on what they believe according to the question. Okay?
Fair enough.
Understood.
Here we go. Numero 1. Over under. Total bogeys. Put that away.
I was gonna say, is this an open book test?
put
'Cause
that away.
No,
Put that away. Total bogeys throughout our entire league. Understanding 16 teams played. The over under is going to be set at 30.
So these are the instances of bogeys,
I'm sorry.
aka a double bogey just counts as one.
Double bogey will count
So how
as
many
2.
bogeys?
So basically,
Strokes.
strokes lost.
Wow.
Over under set at 30.
30.
What are you doing, Aaron?
Man, I'm trying to think about how many people double bogeyed that island hole.
I
Because if
even,
you miss it,
I even said
and then
it.
you miss the putt.
I said it in our
You
conversation.
did. I remember that.
Ooh, you're right. That's the hint.
Still under. Barely.
I'm going over.
Okay, Mr. Sean.
Under.
32.
Come on. He gets an ace and the first question.
32.
I felt it in my heart, and I followed
So
it.
Nate got it correct. Well done.
Billy,
Thank
Benny, Tony, me. Good job with no bogeys tonight.
Yeah, nice job. We got one. Silly.
I
Those,
got two.
those baskets.
I just figured everybody was as good as us, so it'd be way under 32.
Okay. Go ahead, Hawks.
Good enough. Fair enough. All right. Over under for Mr. Nate. Total birdies, understanding if there happened to be an ace,
Who does that?
it would count as 2.
Shoot. And
Again?
I got A's today, so.
Oh, you did?
Yep, I did.
Oh, nice job. All right.
This is going to be a big number.
80.
80.
80
That's a
total
lot of birdies, baby.
strokes.
Actually, it's 78 birdies and an ace.
Oh, yeah,
I'm going to say under.
my bad. Well, you
I'm
gotta,
s-
hold on. It's missing. It's. Oh, you can hold on to your thought.
That was
Okay.
where my heart was. I go under.
Okay.
How many? 80?
80. Sean, are you sticking with under?
Oh, yeah. Under.
Over.
There were 81 total.
Oh no!
Sorry,
So
guys.
mad.
You know, we should have thought about this. The Hoxie's going for shock value.
Yeah.
So it's always going to be the more extreme number, whatever he puts.
So many.
I should have thought of that before the first one.
Oh,
Of course,
that
there's
one
more
up.
than 30 bogey strokes.
it's like no. We actually did less birdies.
Yeah. See, that's kind of underwhelming when you do it that way, right? Like,
No one wants
no, there
that.
were only 12.
Question number 3. Yeah. Over under, Mr. Sean. Total teams that shot better than even par. Mind you, there are 16.
Okay.
3.5.
Oh, you're going decimals.
Ooh.
Wait, what?
Wait, that shot.
I'm confused.
How many teams?
Shot worse than even par.
Oh, okay.
No, wait,
So-
including even?
Okay, so let me rephrase so we're all
Even or worse.
Yeah.
even or worse. Over under set at 3.5.
Mm.
This one's easy.
Did you study? If you studied,
Under.
Over.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I gotta go over.
there were a total of 3 teams. 3 teams. Double check my math. No, you know what? Don't
double
check my
check it. Give the
I-
guest 1 point.
I will
no
double
way.
check.
There's got to be 4.
math. I will double
I thought there were
check.
3 teams at even, and somebody was like +1 or +2.
I have John Vester, Chris Hill even, Nolan, Rick Trenda even, Christian Donachek, Caleb Carter 1 over.
Somebody must have birdied like the last 2 holes or something like that. Because I looked when there was like 2 or 3 holes left, and there was 5 teams.
I remember seeing a lot of people at even towards
Well,
the
you
end.
did the shock value.
I
It was
know,
good,
right?
and that's why I went under.
Do a nice job. Lastly, total movement on the power rankings for this guy. Over under. Set
Over.
7?
Set,
didn't
set at. I gotta say.
I didn't even
set
need to hear the number.
At
Over.
3.5.
Oh, that's an over. He was pretty hyped. I know where he landed. He's like the
I got
algorithm's
like 4th
Over.
today.
Right before Nate said we are off, that's all Hoxie was doing was talking about how good he played today. It's
That's what I'm talking
over.
about.
Over.
So Aaron's saying over 3.5.
Wait, 3 point. I got to go contrarian. I'm going to go under.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go under.
I moved 4.
So what a scrub.
Yeah.
You're so predictable. I should have. I just felt like I was gonna.
You could
were
have
like,
said
guys.
9 and I would have been over.
So power rankings are done. I'm sorry.
No, we haven't.
The,
those are not power
questions,
rankings.
the questions are done. So Mr. Aaron walked away with 2. Mr. Nate and Mr. Guest walked away with 1.
I'm slowly closing
So,
the
hey,
gap.
you only got 2 more weeks, man. Nice job.
All right, I told you this season I'm going to be the guy who catches at the end, right?
You just got to hit some
Maybe
more
it'll have to be
aces.
on the trivia question because I don't think I'm going to catch Nate in the
that guy with 5
point
bonus
standings.
points. All right, top 20. Here we go.
Okay.
Down 4. He did show up. Finally, Mr. John Vestal, as we talked about last week. He,
Oh, it was good to see
The
John.
long
out there.
Yeah.
awaited
lot of
arrival.
volleyball, lot of volleyball, lot of volleyball.
He didn't even say hi to me.
I know. I watched Benny throw him a disc, and he just looked at it and kept walking.
Sounds
That's cool, John.
Sounds like John.
I was like, "Attaboy."
And then he follows it. What are you doing, Benny?
Pretty funny. All right, number 19, up 1 from last week. Wade. He
Okay.
also showed up. He got a bonus too for
was
inviting
there.
a friend.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's how it works.
Everett with an I. Jared.
Jared.
Okay. Stayed the same. Justin Trenda.
Okay.
Shot pretty well. So I'll give you guys, this is, again, every time we do this, these numbers are crazy because, well, we'll talk about it here in a second. As we predicted, who moved up 4? This guy. Number 17, baby. New on the.
Did you put it in
new-
twice this time? Just to double check?
I always do.
Okay.
Always
Just
do.
checking.
The first time it had me at 18, so I had to run it back.
If
and
I
get it
bring
at
3
17.
guests, do you think I will make it on the top 20 this year season?
Over under.
Over or under? I will bring my 3 children.
Landon got some hustle on me. All right.
Then I'll
As long as Landon doesn't tell everybody what he's playing.
All right. Number 16, also new on the scene. My partner today, Mr. Steven, Ciara Martero.
I heard he played well today.
He went out here
Yeah.
way to spell his name. Pronounce both his names
Char-
wrong.
I mean, he made the
Martero.
island. I mean, you
Yeah,
were the
he
one
did.
complaining
He's
about
easy.
it.
Baller.
So,
He's got it without
Came to
trouble.
play.
So that was Mr. Steve. Well done. Down 3, came back, but is on a steady slide. Mr. Chris.
Chris
Okay.
Hill.
Chris Hill.
Yeah, it was good to see him back. He
It was
on
good to
that
see him
family
back.
Vacay.
Yep.
Yep.
Maybe he's
So
just a little cold from being on vacation. You know, he's got to get warmed back up.
we can
all
only
been there.
guess. Did not show up. Down 4. It's official. He did not show up. We debated it, but it was official. He didn't show up.
Yeah. it was-
Out of the top 10.
The slow fall.
This is Mr. Thomas.
Oh, Mr. Michael Thomas.
Let's make sure because we'd have been way off if it was somebody else.
I was about to drop another name. I was like, this is.
So Mr. Mike, he's down 4, down to 14. All right, number 13, staying true to form. He was still 13 last week. He's 13 this week again. Mr. Rumps, Mr. Andrew Rumps.
Okay.
12, Buff Nate down 1.
Good to see him back out there.
Good to
He's
see him back.
injured, sidelined for a little bit.
Yeah. That guy, he must go way too hard because he's always hurt.
I mean,
I'm gonna have to
that
chill with
buffness
him.
doesn't just happen.
That's true. That's true. I can't argue that one. I don't know what it's like. All right, out of the top 10, first time in a while, down 4, Mr. Nolan.
Oh shoot!
Ooh.
It's been a steady decline for him. Last week the algorithm was generous, and the week prior the algorithm was generous.
Who did Nolan play with tonight?
Mr. Rick Trenda.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
those guys did not play very well today.
No.
They did not play up to their standard. I did
I'll
not.
say normally 2 great
witness.
players.
Yeah, I did not get to witness that.
Yep.
Top 10. Up 5. I strongly disagree with this.
Whoa, 5 up at the 10 spot.
Yes, that's and what it was if you look at Nolan and Buff Nate, Andrew Rumps, Chris Hill, all of those guys finished at like 1 under.
Mm.
No one was stepping up to be like, "Yo, this is mine."
Yep.
So that's
you
what
got to
they-
perform.
Yeah,
So who
absolutely.
was this?
So Nicholas Dolnacek
Oh.
moved up 5, and I think he only got like 4th or 5th today. It was weird.
Wasn't he number 1 at one point?
I think it was Christian.
Okay.
Yep. You're
Yeah.
getting mixed up.
It's
It was
close.
Christian.
How,
yeah.
Why'd you mix the 2 of them up?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird.
Who
It's
does
weird.
that? I've never done that.
I'm a
No.
loser.
I also
They're
spelled
like
the name
not even
correctly.
affiliated too,
I
which
know.
is weird.
Seriously. I don't know why they played together.
But you
today.
do know both of them like the Lions.
And they weirdly wear the same outfits.
Did you see me hold up those discs today too? Separately, they came to me and donated one orange and one blue disc, and I was like, "You guys, what?"
What are
And
we
then they
doing?
fully owned it. Go, did you notice we're dressed the same too? I was like, does your mom still set out your outfits? Sorry, I didn't mean to be a slam on that, but it was just funny.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I'm sure they'll make comments about it. All right. This one I also disagree with. He'll agree with it, but I disagree.
Yeah.
Benny, up 5.
What?
Up 5?
Right? That's I
Our
was
very
like,
own Benny.
He'll tell
He's
you.
been throwing the Benny quite a bit. It has to be doing
Yeah.
something for him.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Do you
Okay.
guys wonder if Benny has learned how to hack the algorithm machine?
He does know tech stuff.
Yeah, Hoxie. That's 2 weeks in a row that
He's moved
it
up.
spit
quite
out
bit.
a weird occurrence.
Where did they finish? Because I played.
Do you know
Benny and
what
Tony?
it
Remember, I
was?
told you they were the ones they bogey free,
Okay.
but only 3 birdies.
Do you know what it was? I keep on doing one of these when I look at Benny. I keep on initially I see lanky, kind of curly hair. But then I do one of these, and then I see Benny. I think I see
Wait,
Calvin, and then I
Vinny?
see Benny.
Vinny,
You know?
Benny,
Vinny, Benny.
Benny.
It's
I
the
see it.
backpack.
I see
It's
it.
the
It
backpack.
is the backpack.
So I'm doing one of these. Wait, is that Calvin?
Calvin's at our league.
Oh no, it's just Benny. He's wearing the,
All right. Well,
I
So,
wonder if it's the backpack that's making him jump.
oh shoot.
You too can jump 5 places in the power range.
if you
They're like-
spend $7,000 on a backpack, you too can move up 5 spots.
And
He's
that's a
gonna
little
hate that.
plug to Benny's video
Yeah.
bag review.
Yes.
Click on the link at
Click
the
on the
bottom of
link.
the screen,
Yeah.
right here.
Hey, now I got to go find the link and put it there.
Put it where?
Gotcha.
There.
Here.
Right there. Okay. All right. Moving on. We're getting out of control here. Go work, Benny. All right. Up 1. Eli to number 8.
Oh,
That's one I
fancy
like to
shirt.
see. I
Dude's
like to
looking
see.
fast today. You see that cut he had?
To Trim.
Oh yeah.
Fresh
Yep.
to death.
He witnessed an ace from John Paul. John Paul.
Mhm.
Yeah, sure.
Demick.
Veteran.
Veterans.
Ademic. Yeah.
John Paul is playing hard to get. Are we not going to talk about this?
Dude, this guy.
Yeah. I'm really hoping we can do something about this because
He's-
dude's out here dropping aces in back-to-back weeks.
And he's not in Discord, so people are plugging his aces into our Discord, just teasing us with John Paul content,
Mhm.
and John Paul doesn't show.
Yeah, I don't even know where Steven was at. Where's Aaron Bolin been?
Sure, all these guys that you
All
know
these
are
music people, they just
Yeah.
don't show up.
Where's Jeremy
other
Bellish been?
things going on.
Jimmy Bellish.
Music. All right. Let's job, Eli.
Yep.
Number 7, down 4. A fall from
Wow.
Grace? No.
From 3rd to 7th.
Yeah, Christian Donacek.
Oh man, that's
He finished in
just
last place tonight,
gutted.
didn't
I mean,
he? Was he the above par?
the only team that shot above par?
That's embarrassing.
He did get CTP, so we gotta give him
Oh, hey, nice job.
Little.
Go work. It's 1 point. That's pretty good.
give him some hype on CTP.
Atta boy.
So he threw one good shot.
Yeah, that's good. And it was a fantastic shot.
Yeah, and he managed to
That was a
bogey
very
it
close
too.
CTP.
Yeah.
No, just, no, just kidding.
What?
Nick Shimatero's done that before. Not that close.
All right, so Christian's down to 7.
Down to 7. Down 4 more from 2 down to 4 or down to 6.
A lot of
From
numbers.
2 to 6
Lot of
down
numbers.
4. Mr. Rick.
We're trying to.
Rick Trenda has also dropped
Okay.
again.
A meteoric rise followed by.
He was there for a while.
Rick's
big
always
fall.
about creating storylines.
Yeah,
You
you know
know
what? That's
he
fair.
wants this mid-season, late-season fall to push and make the comeback.
I mean, right now he's in the middle of Empire Strikes Back. And then soon we'll move into Return of the Jedi, and we'll see.
Mhm.
he's going to send in the
Return of the-
Trojan horse,
Return of
and
the
then he's going
Trenda.
to come out and.
Oh, he's got us right where he wants us.
Yes.
Dang it!
He does it again.
He did it to
just
us
talking
all.
about Pokemon? What are you talking about?
Gotta catch them all, man. Oh. All right, top 5.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mr. Nicholas Charmartero.
Oh, shoot.
Dude hits putts, man.
the lefty
Dude-
himself.
Dude just plays left-handed.
Dude just picks good cars. He keeps getting lefties.
You
What's
know,
up with
it's
that?
really funny because Nick is kind of one of those self-depreciating guys
Oh,
on the
big time.
course.
can't
I'm
throw
not
far.
that good. I'm not
Yeah.
doing very good. I'm not throwing. He's consistently getting off the tee clean,
Mhm.
and he's not throwing bombs yet. I won't. You know, sometimes people exaggerate and say things, but Nick is getting to that 300 number pretty consistently.
Mhm.
And Nick throws in a couple big putts every week.
It's
No.
stupid. I hate it.
We should ask
It's
him.
not just the longest putt either, too. He does
They're
that 2
ridiculous.
to 4 times
Yeah.
a week where you're like, 65 feet. That's how are you scoring?
And he just walks up and does it. He doesn't have any pumps. He's like, yo, watch this, and just cash.
It's true.
He's like Isaac Robertson out there. You
He
know?
is. He's definitely faster.
So I'm really hyped to that because, like I said, he kind of self-depreciates sometimes. I like the recognition.
Yeah,
Top 5.
Absolutely.
Nick C.
And
He's
if
in
you-
striking distance for that number
Yeah.
one spot.
he could
Yeah.
get
Dark
there.
horse.
So if you really want to hear about the depreciation of Nick, ask him about his first round at Kennel. He'll tell you about it.
we don't talk about hole 18.
We don't.
we don't talk about hole
We
He'll
18.
didn't
tell you
even know there
everything.
was room for 2 numbers in the spot where your score goes, but
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
no, no.
Oh no.
Number 4, up 4, a winner from this week, Mr. Ian Kumpela.
Ian.
Yeah.
Does he spell
Ion?
that with an I?
Ian.
Ion. My papa still calls him Ion. Just kind of funny.
That's pretty funny. Good man right there.
Yeah.
So Ian's done well. Up 2 from 5. Missing Nits.
Played good today.
So got
Not
second.
bad.
Trouble was,
I'm excited to see what happens now because
so I was curious as to why he didn't move up to 2.
Sure.
It's a fair question. As we have right now,
Rick.
even with Mr. Nate's weaker performance today, I was going to say terrible, weaker performance, he still hit an ace. That's 5 bonus points.
If there were any doubts, that they hole 11 erased those doubts, right?
Absolutely. So that's just straight 5 points added to Nate's score.
Okay.
He's still number 1 with Andrew Rosalino up 2 to number 2. And the question is, why is Roz there and not Aaron? And if you look back at the greater body, and I had to double check because I was curious.
Sure. As one does.
Roz has it. He's done better
Respect.
the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Roz is the real deal.
You don't know
He's the
about
real
it. You don't really. If you talk to him, he's just quiet.
He lets the people talk, and
He's like, well,
it
yeah.
compounds. That's what happens. The talk compounds.
yeah. And then he hits you with, you're like, oh,
Oh shoot.
okay,
Yep.
I see.
So
Just quietly goes out and does the work.
yep.
Love it.
So there you go. That is the official week 8.
We do need to
Top 20.
address something because it was talked about last week. Has anyone ever held the back-to-back-to-back number 1 ranking out
official.
of the algorithm? It is official.
It is official.
Is that a tier, Nate? Are you like
yeah.
a tier?
I don't know what it is. It just came upon me.
He wasn't ready
I'm
for it.
feeling overwhelmed right now.
I didn't think I would get teary eyed.
Nate, do you have anybody you need to thank? Is
Yeah,
there like some
your
people out
sponsors?
there?
Yeah.
Man, where do I start? Right?
That's true. You got Bigfoot on the hat.
Yeah.
Got the
Is it
Woods disc on the
Buzz,
shirt.
The uplink?
I just feel blessed to be here. That's
Oh,
all.
okay.
You know.
That's true too.
And so I want to thank all the people,
Little people.
the little people.
Oh, no.
Yeah. No. I want to thank my mom.
Oh yeah.
I
She's
feel like
gonna
I'd
let you
be-
borrow her car for the week.
Yeah. So yeah. Borrow my car for the week. Borrow her car for the week. That's huge, right?
It's real big.
And so
Nice work, Shane.
yeah, that's awesome. And then I want to thank just all my discs in my bag
Yeah, well done.
because I
Actually,
know
I think there's one that needs to get a little extra attention. That Thrasher.
You only use 2. Let's be real.
There's pink and then there's green.
Yep. And so all my 2 discs in my bag. And so
Yeah.
yeah.
Way to
So-
go. Way to go.
And I want to thank the Deep in the Woods podcast for sponsoring me.
Yeah, all the time. Every
Yeah.
time.
Yep. So cool.
Yeah. We'll sponsor you for free.
Yeah. Next up, we'll kind of talk about what's going to happen and kind of give a little bit of a teaser on what's going to happen this fall. So we've been throwing around the idea of kind of getting the league together and starting a shortened season in the fall. Now we haven't locked down a format yet. We want to kind of wait until we're entertaining the skins idea. We're entertaining just keeping it how it is. But we do know that we're going to do a lot of CTPs, and we're not going to save any of the money for like end of the year party or how we typically do it. And so we'll have more CTPs, more information to come out, but want to get, kind of tease it out there because we want your guys' input. Simply
Absolutely.
put, we want to know what you guys want to do. We'll keep it the same Tuesday nights. 8-week season.
Starting the day after Labor Day, right?
Tuesday after Labor Day, and then the Tuesday right before daylight savings, because we got about 8 weeks in there, and we can fit a smaller, shortish season in there. And doesn't sound like we're going to do points. That's still up in the air, but doesn't sound like we're going to do points. It's going to be more relaxed, but hopefully it's going to be fun. So fall golf is typically my favorite golf.
Yeah.
So it's always nice to mix that in.
Cool, dry, yeah, pretty out there with the leaves and stuff. It's a good time.
Yep. So next up, I just, recording this Tuesday, I just posted the Houghton Lake Skinner course preview video. It's on not only Disc Golf Scene, but it's on the YouTubes on this channel. So if you have internet and you are able to get into this YouTube channel, I encourage everyone to watch it. It's okay. It's not the best production, but I think it does the job. And so bring that up because we got the Houghton Lake Classic coming up September 29th. It is coming up pretty quick.
It's not 29th. 23rd, right?
23rd.
23rd.
I even know that.
You're right.
I won't be there.
Throw me off here.
My bad.
Did I get my
September
dates wrong?
23rd.
All right, here we go.
And just want to tease it out there. I know we got a lot of guys going out. And so I'm super excited about that. Yeah. Is there anything I missed with kind of an announcement?
Where are we at next week?
Lawrence
really good
Tech
question.
University,
Mr. Wade.
put together by none other than Mr. Wade. And I think it's going to be a great course. I have only played the front 9. I played some of the existing holes that he replaced, or I'm sorry, not replaced, but like re-put in,
Sure.
reestablished them.
Sure.
Some are newly designed by him, so I don't know what the whole course looks like. Hawks, didn't you say Wade? He seemed kind of like,
15 under.
yeah.
That's what I'm gonna shoot.
That seemed pretty aggressive that he said 15 under. The 9 that I did play, very scoreable.
lot of
Hole
islands.
2 is like this 400-footer with a low ceiling, but
Okay.
everything else is like if you execute
Good
300-footer,
shot.
birdie is there. So, I mean, I think somebody's going to get 6 or 7 on the front, but I don't know about another
15?
7 or
Oh,
8 on the back. That's
done,
going to be tough.
dude.
So I got a
Done.
question. I noticed on Udisc, and it doesn't sound like that's the case, but it says 9, front 9 twice through.
That's just because it's
the layout?
so new that
Okay.
I don't believe Wade has changed it on UDisc.
Okay, so as long as
Yep,
everyone knows
that
that.
was.
Is he? I'm assuming he's the ambassador for UDisc and.
I'd hope so.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
So yeah, so we're gonna be back out there next week. Those of you use UDisc to get you there, but if you can park way over in the corner of the parking lot, and the holes are pretty close together, so it should be pretty easy to get out there. This would be a huge one that I would remind you. Most of you have not played college campus disc golf courses. This is something where you have to coexist with the co-eds, even though it's a little lighter in the summer. There's a lot of cement. I'll probably have to talk to Wade this week about what roads and sidewalks are going to play OB.
Yeah.
We may not use very many of them because it may be unclear, but there's a few that I can think of that would absolutely make sense of like, you made a bad shot, you're OB. So that will be clarified hopefully ahead of time in Discord.
Yeah.
Should be a fun round.
Cool, yeah. Look for details in Discord. Yeah, I don't think we have very many details of the course, so that's going to be exciting playing it mostly blind
Yeah.
Essentially
for the
blind.
group.
Yeah.
That'll be exciting.
It's good to support Wade. I mean, he did a lot at that course,
Mhm.
and that's awesome.
Yep.
So
100%.
Always fun throwing a new hole.
Yeah, and so that we got that coming up. The following week we'll be at Grizzly Oaks, which is Oakland, and so I'll be looking for that. I know a lot of guys haven't played that yet, so maybe get out there and get a practice round in and whatnot.
Yeah, really enjoyed that course.
Cool. And then I just want to tease it out there, or not. This isn't a tease, but we won't be having a podcast next week. But one fun thing we have planned is we're got a bigger podcast coming out later in the month that we're recording at Ledgestone. So be looking for that. Something exciting going on there. So you guys have anything you want to touch on before we kind of close out the podcast?
So just so you guys are aware, I know we didn't talk about this. Putting League this year will look a little bit different. Obviously, it's 4 months away, but we're going to do a little bit more hanging out and
Board games.
board
Right.
games in conjunction with putting. So more to come. We'll give you more details just so you guys are aware. We are still meeting through the winter time because we want to hang out with you and we want to throw frisbees. We want to play board games. So
Nice.
carry on.
Perfect.
Always something going on with us.
That's right.
Yeah.
Can't get away from us.
Yep. So super excited for all that. Got a lot going on right now, so it's a super exciting time. So yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Smash that like button. Comment down below your thoughts on everything we talked about. Like I said before, thanks for watching. Peace.
See ya.
Yeah, heck yeah. No, watch this. Watch this. And just like pop it,
Yeah.
and then it goes nuts. So I don't know whether to jump or not. Wow! Got him!